Hi everybody, I'm JT. Welcome to another video from me here at Campervan Journey and another year of videos about enjoying and living with our campervan and the adventures we have. Got lots and lots planned for 2024, but we start the year with taking our California in and getting it checked and set up for a year's worth of travelling. So I'm down here this morning at Breeze Volkswagen in Poole, where we've got the van booked in for its annual service, MOT, DSG, oil change for the gearbox, and a few other bits and pieces to make sure that we're in tip-top condition, ready for our first adventures. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll just give you an overview of what we get done to the van to get it checked out and set up for the year's worth of travelling, and we'll give you a little overview as to what we have planned for later on this year. So the van is in desperate need of a clean, in addition to all the mechanical checks they're going to do, so I'm sure that they'll get that covered off as well. Had to leave home really early this morning to get down here to get checked out. When you're having the DSG gearbox oil change done, the oil's got to be cold before they do it. So we've had to drop the van here early, give it time to stand and cool before they can get on and do that change later on. So, in addition to that, we're going to get the annual service done, which I think is a major service, the MOT, and I think we're having a brake fluid change done as well. But a number of those things are covered by the all-in service plan that we purchased a couple of years ago, which covers servicing, the routine scheduled servicing, MOT, and gives us warranty and breakdown cover as well. So well worth purchasing. Let's go and get checked in at the dealership. We've got a loan vehicle to pick up, complete all the paperwork. So there we are, we're all checked in, dropped the van off, picked up our complimentary coffee, ran through the job sheet with Daniel on service reception, so everything is all booked in as planned. So we're going to leave the van here for 24 hours to give them plenty of chance to carry out the work that's booked in, and as I said, give the gearbox oil chance to cool down prior to its change, and yeah, go and find our loan vehicle. So one of the things it's very difficult not to do when you're down at the dealership is get distracted by all of their stock. Having worked in the motor industry for many years, I just get magnetised towards the used vehicle forecourt, and Breeze VW have always got a great selection of Californias. And we've got a few here today, some nice colour and spec combinations. They're certainly one of the leaders in the UK for supply of Californias, and they've done a great job of looking after us over the past few years that we've owned ours. And you may recall, if you've been following the channel for a while, we actually hired a Grand California from them as well, using their rental service. But plans going forwards, one of the things that we're looking at for this year is looking to replace the California with something bigger. So a new shape California or a Grand California, probably not on the agenda, but we'll cover that in a future video very soon. I do love checking out these vans. ID Buzz, anybody? So there's two Grand Californias here available from their approved used stock. Lots of things to get distracted by. Let's go and find the loan vehicle. And our loan vehicle for the next 24 hours is a T6 Combi with a manual gearbox. So I'm going to have to get used to using my left leg again. So one of the things that it is important to bear in mind when you take a vehicle down for servicing, a commercial vehicle down for servicing, is that the dealership is geared up for vans and van users. So really we're a private user with private user needs. So whilst the provision of a courtesy car is there and it's available, the key thing to remember is that the 90% of their loan vehicles will be a panel van. So we had to put in a specific request to get something that had the extra seats in the back. So if we need to be able to transport the family around over the next 24 hours, then we've got the ability to do that. So just bear that in mind if ever you're booking in. Don't make the assumption that the loan car will be, or the loan vehicle will be anything other than a panel van, because we've been caught out by that in the past. But anyway, so we've got T6 Combi, which brings back memories from our previous T5 Combi. And the other big thing we're going to have to get used to is the sliding door is on the near side, which is the correct side for the UK market. Californians have it on the other side. So when we're getting in the back, we'll just have to remember, or get used to the fact that the door is on the other side, and the manual gear stick. Anyway, let's get going. So I always think it's interesting when you have a courtesy vehicle from the van centre, because I think it should feel and drive better than what you've dropped off, because it's a newer vehicle. But every time I've driven a T6.1, which is what this is, I just feel that it's not quite as nice to drive as our current California as a T6. Clearly this is a van, not with the extra insulation and such like that the California gets, but the touch points, the plastics, the general feel of the vehicle are the same as a T6.1 California. So maybe I'm a little bit biased being an owner for 5 years of a T6 California, but I'm not sure that this is a big step forward. But maybe that's just my personal opinion. But it's certainly good to get the experience of driving one as a courtesy vehicle, because it helps with your decision making process when you're thinking about changing. So good morning. Volkswagen contacted us yesterday afternoon to let me know that everything has all been completed on the California, or is in progress. Sent over a really good video overview of a check over of the van. These videos are great because it gives you an insight to what's going on, particularly underneath the van, stuff that you can't really check yourself very easily, so like tread depths and brake pads, leaks or weeping from shock absorbers, wearing on the joints of the suspension itself. So it just gives a good overview as to the general health and well-being of the van, and helps you plan for the future in terms of any potential expense that you're going to have over and above routine servicing. So this video check over is a really good feature that a lot of the main dealers use now. Anyway, we're going to get the Combi defrosted, get back down to Poole this morning, pick the van up, and okay, so after a nice drive through the frosty countryside, we've arrived at Breeze to pick up the California. And there it is. All done and ready. Let's go and complete the paperwork and get the report from the guys. So we're all back home now, having had the California serviced and MOT'd by Breeze. Just had a chance to get back and run through all the paperwork and documentation and get my little service history folder all up to date. I think it's really important to keep a good record of all the history for the ownership of a vehicle that you've had, regardless of what it is. A little bit anal about that sort of thing, but whenever you come to sell a vehicle, it always helps with the value. And if ever you've got a query about something that was done a little while ago, or perhaps an issue that was starting to cause a niggle, there's always a good document of it there. So top tip, if you want to look after any vehicle, never mind your camper van, get yourself a little folder and keep everything nice and neat together. Any piece of paper you've got relating to the history of the vehicle is always a good thing to have. So the guys at Breeze did a great job of getting everything done for us as planned. There was just a couple of things that they weren't able to do, one of which they weren't able to wash the van, which was a disappointment, but not their fault because it's been so cold. All of their wash bay and jet washes were frozen up, so that's a job I'm going to have to do myself. And we've had an issue with the sliding door not catching when we slide it back. So if I slide it back, it should lock in now on a spring, but it's not doing that at the moment. That potentially is it just needs a little bit more investigation, so we'll have to get it booked back in to do that. But that'll hopefully be a warranty job that we can get done at some point in due course. But for the time being, it's not a major thing that we can live with. So service was done under the all-in plan, which I've done a previous video about, where by paying a monthly direct debit bought us 2 services, 2 years warranty, 2 MOTs and 2 years worth of breakdown assistance. So that was all included within the package. So the servicing was covered. Additional to the service, we asked them to check the tyres and potentially rotate the tyres. One thing which I was amazed about, when we were getting the report back from the technician, the tread depths on my Michelin Aguilas Cross Climates, which again I've done a video on, I think they're great tyres. We've had them on this van for almost 5 years. We have done over 40,000 miles on them. When you buy them, their tread depths are around about 8.5 to 9 mil. They're still reading 6 to 7 millimeters worth of tread. I think that speaks volumes in terms of what a great tyre that is. So 5 years worth of use, 2 or 3 millimeters worth of tread wear, and very even wear, both front to left and across the tread profile as well. Not covered by the service plan was brake fluid change, and also the DSG gearbox oil change, which is recommended to be done at around about 40,000 miles. Again, once you have these things done, you're always thinking, well, can I feel a difference? Can I not feel a difference? You can definitely feel a difference. The gear changes on the way back and over the last day or two's worth of driving have been smoother. There's been a smoother takeoff, smoother changes. Generally, it's good, and it will prolong the life of the gearbox long term. Got to remember that gears are cogs moving backwards and forwards in a box, and inevitably you're going to get a little bit of metalwork that will come off those cogs over time, and that's why you want to change the oil. So you get the oil out, get rid of any wear and tear debris that's in the gearbox, and then that will prolong the life of the gearbox and keep it running nicely and smoothly for many years to come. So all of that was done. No surprises, which is great. No advisories on the MOT, which is amazing. And so we've got another year's worth of hopefully trouble-free motoring with our trusty California, and enjoying it over the next year's worth of adventures. Oh, and another thing that we've done for 2024 is we've changed our channel logo. So here it is. Drop us a note below and let us know what you think. So Harry and I spent a little bit of time of putting it together, so hopefully you like it. So now the van is all in tip-top condition. What else have we got planned for 2024? Well, first adventure is happening very, very soon. We're heading off to the Alps again for another trip down to Bourg Saint-Maurice. If you followed the channel for a while, you'll know that that's a trip we really enjoy doing, and we've been lucky enough to do it a few times now, so we'll be getting ready for that over the next few weeks. I'll be putting together a video about the preparation. for our upcoming trip to the Alps, because there's a number of things that if you're driving down, especially in the winter, you want to get yourself ready for. Make sure certain equipment you want to take with you, certain documentations what you want to make sure that you've got, and that everything's planned and organised for that trip. So keep an eye out. That will be coming up on the channel very, very soon. Later on in the year, we'll be continuing our exploration for possible vans to replace this one by visiting a number of the Campervan and motorhome shows across the UK. So hopefully we'll get an opportunity to go to the NEC and some of the regional shows to continue looking at possible options. We are getting down to a short list of 3 or 4 that I think are the strongest candidates, but lead times as such, sort of 9 to 12 months, that even if we made a decision today, we wouldn't see a van for about a year. And then, of course, we'll have our spring and summer trips away. We're planning to try and get over to Europe a few times as well. Maybe going somewhere different other than France this year as well. I'm trying to persuade Claire that maybe we can explore some other countries. So heading across to maybe Belgium, maybe the Netherlands, maybe Germany, maybe Italy. Who knows? But that's all coming up later on in the year. So if you enjoy the videos that we're putting together, please consider giving us the thumbs up, hitting subscribe. You'll be surprised how many of our viewers aren't subscribers. So if any more of you would like to join us on our Campervan journey, you're very, very welcome. So thanks very much indeed for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video very, very soon.